Okay, so what if I told you that the way we all search for stuff online is about to, well, completely change? I mean, just imagine asking a question and getting one single, perfect answer. No ads, no scrolling through endless blue links, just the information you actually need with all the sources right there. That's the big promise behind a new tool called Perplexity AI.
So you might be wondering, why do we even need something like this? I mean, we've got Google, right? Well, to really get it, we have to take a hard look at the tool we all use like 100 times a day and ask a pretty provocative question.
I mean, really think about it. When was the last time you typed something into Google and found exactly what you needed on that first click, without having to scroll past a bunch of ads or click on some article that's just stuffed with keywords for SEO? It kind of feels like we're working for the search engine sometimes, not the other way around.
And this really just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old way. It's that wall of blue links we all know, right? Sponsored stuff pushed right to the top, and it's on you to do all the work. The clicking, the sifting, trying to piece it all together. But then look the other side, the new way. It's just one direct answer, straight to the point. And crucially, it gives you the citations so you can actually trust where the info is coming from. It's a huge shift from a list of possibilities to a single, confident response.
So what is this new way of searching exactly? Let's break down the tool that's making it all happen, because honestly, it feels like a real glimpse into the future of how we get our information.
Okay, the easiest way to wrap your head around Perplexity AI is to picture it as let's call it the hybrid child of Google and ChatGPT. You get the best of both worlds, really. It has the massive, up-to-the-minute info access of a search engine like Google, but it talks you and generates text like a conversational AI. But here is the really crucial part. We've all seen AIs that kind of just make stuff up, right? They can get a little creative with the facts. Perplexity is built differently. Its whole purpose is to give you answers that are grounded in reality. It does that by actively searching the web, and this is the most important bit, it cites its sources. So you always know exactly where the information came from.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in the real world? Like, how could you really use this thing? Let's dive into a few specific examples of how this tool can basically become your own personal super assistant.
Let's say you're a marketer and you're just totally stuck on content ideas. Well, you can just ask it to whip up some ad copy or product descriptions and boom, it's done in seconds. Or maybe you're a student drowning in a research paper. It can summarize super complex topics for you and, get this, give you the direct links to the articles or academic papers right there. And if you're in finance, it can take a super long, dense financial report and spit out the key takeaways in like under a minute. It's all about saving you a ton of time. But listen, to really unlock its power, you gotta know how to talk to it. It's true for any AI, but especially this one. The quality of your input directly determines the quality of your output. It's pretty simple, really. Vague questions are just going to get you vague answers. And here's a perfect example of what I mean. If you ask it something vague like, plan a trip to Hanoi, you're going to get a really generic cookie-cutter result. But now, look at the pro question. Acting as a travel expert, create a 3-day itinerary in Hanoi for a foodie. See the difference? You've given it a role, travel expert, and a super specific focus, a foodie. Suddenly, it's not just a search engine anymore. It's your personal, specialized consultant. And the results? They're going to be worlds better. But, of course, no tool is perfect, right? So to give you the whole picture, we have to be real about it and take a balanced look at the good and the bad. So on the pros side, the answers feel natural, almost like you're talking to a person. It saves an incredible amount of time, and it can even help with stuff like SEO research. But then there are the cons, and this is important. It's still an AI. That means it can just be plain wrong sometimes. It can produce what experts call hallucinations, which is when it just confidently states something that isn't true. It can also lack that human touch, that creative spark. And this means you absolutely have to double-check its work. Even with the sources, you still need to be the fact-checker. Which brings us to probably the most important piece of advice I can give you. You have to use it as an assistant, not as the gospel. Think of it as this brilliant, incredibly fast helper. It's there to do all the heavy lifting for you, the research, the summarizing, but at the end of the day, you are still the editor-in-chief. You're the critical thinker who has the final say and verifies the information. So, where does all this leave us? Well, we're definitely looking at a pretty massive potential shift in how we all find information. And that brings us to one last really important question for you. It really feels like the way we search is at a major crossroads. So the real question is, for you,
Have you actually tried Perplexity or a tool like it? Or are you sticking with good old Google? Are you ready to try this new way of finding answers? Or do you think it's just a passing trend? I'm genuinely curious to hear what you think.